Oh, my God. Oh, my goodness. James Franklin, Jimmy F., Mr. Frankenbeans, you gotta go. You gotta go. You don't gotta go home, but you gotta get up on out of here. You gotta go. That, my friends, is one of the single most embarrassing performances in college football in as long as I have watched college football. Do you realize that's the first time in 40 years a team that was winless through 4 games or more beat a team ranked in the top 10? And in the first half, it wasn't particularly close. That final score made it seem like the Penn State Nittany Lions were competitive. They weren't through most of this game. I mean, that UCLA squad was so bad, it had lost 2 times to Mountain West foes. Mountain West teams. They had to fire their head coach, Deshaun Foster. And then they had to hire their offensive coordinator. And then they were just looking for warm bodies on the sidelines and warm bodies in the stands. Because you know what? These days, nobody in Los Angeles cares about UCLA football, even UCLA football fans. So the fact was, when UCLA pulled this trick, when they pulled an upset as a winless squad that had fired most of its staff and played in front of flies, beat Penn State, a top 10 squad in America, that, my friends, qualifies as one of the most deplorable efforts of any college football team of the last half century. It is inexcusable. And it is one thing to lose to Ohio State and Michigan. It is one thing to lose to teams that are obviously better than you. Maybe they shouldn't be, but they are. It's another thing to get outclassed by a squad that is going through the motions. I know they have Jerry Neuheisel calling plays, and his dad, Rick, joins me every Thursday morning on my SiriusXM show. And Coach was super pumped that his son was going to finally get a chance to call plays. And the Neuheisel family has deep UCLA ties. Blood runs thick for UCLA. So it's an awesome story there. Awesome, awesome story. But Penn State had no business losing that game. They were a 25.5-point favorite. And they trailed by 3 touchdowns in this game. That's a team that doesn't care much about its head coach. And you can finish out the season because James Franklin has a hefty buyout. And you can still angle for a decent bowl game. You are more than likely out of the college football playoff. But I don't ever want to hear, ever, as long as James Franklin is there, I don't ever want to hear Penn State mentioned amongst the elite, ever. Coming into the season, contender status. Drew Aller. Boy, this is a team that went deep in the playoffs last year. Nice draw. Oh, wow. You know what? They got all this talent, all the holes they might have had last season filled in the transfer portal this offseason by James Franklin. Franklin said this was the best team roster-wise he'd ever coached, best coaching staff he'd ever had as well. Well, what happened? You lost to Oregon in a tough game at home, and then you went across the country and you didn't show up. You let that team, the Oregon Ducks, beat you twice. That is the sign of a poorly coached squad. So James Franklin, not much use for you anymore in Happy Valley. And it is crazy that Penn State has been unable to find the right head coach to elevate them into true championship status. That Ohio State and Michigan reserve their spot atop that mountain in the Big Ten, so isolated from Penn State. Penn State just keeps looking up like, man, we would really like to be up there with you. They've got resources, they've got money, they've got in-state talent, and they've got history. They've got an incredible fan base, an incredible stadium, an incredible history. They've got everything you would ever want, money coming out of their pockets to build a supercharged national championship engine. And the fact that they just lost as a 25-point favorite, I'm done with the Penn State Nittany Lions, James Franklin. Are you guys checking out how good these headline puns are by Aiden tonight? I mean, he's just elevating his game. What James Franklin is unable to do, you're watching in real time. Aiden do it. To be frank, great. I mean, you saw Ravens turning purple. Amazing.